Hey, how's it going, guys? Brian Danoff here, and the New York Yankees live to see another day. They won the wild card game last night by a score of 7-2 over the Oakland A's. It was an awesome game. Went about as well as I think you could have hoped. If you're a Yankees fan, and if you're the Yankees, Luis Severino gave them four solid Severino-esque innings. He struck out a bunch of guys, was throwing 100 miles an hour, 80 pitches in the fourth inning. He was electric. He got that big strikeout to end the fourth and gave out that big kind of, roar and that fist pump and all that stuff. And it was a lot of fun. Offensively, Aaron Judge right off the bat, 2-run home run in the bottom of the first. That was huge. I think that put a lot of Yankees fans' minds at ease and kind of it felt like a grand slam, and it felt like he put the Yankees up 6-0 rather than 2-0. That being said, the A's kept threatening throughout the game, putting runners on, but they couldn't get the big hit. Severino shut them down. Then Dellin Betances came in, and I think Robertson, and then Britton, and then Chapman. Britton struggled a little bit, gave up a 2-run home run to Chris Davis, but other than that, the bullpen was solid, the pitching was solid. And the Yankees, held on to that 2-0 lead and then ended up blowing it open with Aaron Hicks got an RBI double and then Luke Voit with a 2-run triple. And then later in the game, Giancarlo Stanton with a home run just to kind of seal the deal and, push the Yankees to the ALDS where they are going to face, of course, the Boston Red Sox. And I couldn't be more excited. I don't think I've been more excited for a Yankees postseason series probably since the 2009 World Series. I think it's just, and it's funny because it's a division series. It's not the championship series. Back in the day, if you remember, the Yankees and Red Sox were never allowed to play in the division series because if the wild card winner was from the same division as the number one seed, then the wild card winner would have to play one of the other two teams. So there was I think that was the rule, but obviously the two wild card system now, the Yankees and Red Sox are going to play in that best of 5 series. And, as a 20-year-old Yankees fan, I was 5 in 2003, I was 6 in 2004, and as I've said on this channel before, I wasn't a real Yankees fan until the end of 2005 and start of 06, really. So I don't remember 03 or 04 or cared or knew what it meant at the time. Obviously I do now, but this is going to be the first Yankees-Red Sox postseason series I will be able to say I remembered, and hopefully I'll remember it fondly. There's obviously the chance that I don't. And it's a very interesting series because the Yankees and Red Sox have kind of been battling all year. Obviously the Red Sox overtook the Yankees in the division kind of early on in July. They never really let it go, obviously. They swept the Yankees in August in a 4-game set in Fenway, which was kind of a dagger in the Yankees' hopes of winning the division. But this is going to be a huge test, but not just for the Yankees, for the Red Sox. I think it's safe to say the pressure is on the Red Sox. It really is. Because I think Vegas and I think most people will tell you they expect the Red Sox to win this series pretty much because of that 108-win season they had. Which I'll explain why that thinking's a little flawed in a bit, but they have a target on their backs. They were the best team in baseball by a lot this year. The Yankees, I think the Astros may have won 101 games or 102 games, but the Yankees won 100, and so there was just a clear gap between the Red Sox and the rest of the league after, first couple months of the season. And when you have a season like that, you're expected to go all the way. You just are. The 2001 Mariners were expected to go all the way. The 1998 Yankees were expected to go all the way, and did, but the 01 Mariners didn't. There are countless of other teams that won 105, 110 games and failed to perform in the postseason. And the Red Sox have the interesting angle of also being that team. They've lost back-to-back division series. And if they lose a third, that is kind of troubling and frustrating for a team that has such a great core. It has so much going for it. But the last 2 postseasons, they get to October and they just run out of gas. And it's kind of interesting because you feel like that same thing is happening here. The Red Sox had a rough last couple weeks of the season. The Yankees just took 2 out of 3 from them in the last series of the regular season. And the Yankees have played pretty good baseball in September and are coming into this game pretty much fully healthy with a hot Aaron Judge, with Gary Sanchez back, and his bat has looked pretty good since coming back from the disabled list, I would argue. Not great, but better than it had for the early part of the season. Stanton homered last night. Severino proved that he's good, he's healthy, he's ready to pitch deep into the postseason. And they have a lot going for them right now, the Yankees. And I think the pressure is on the Red Sox to fend them off. Obviously the Red Sox have home field advantage by virtue of winning 108 games. I have to admit, yes, they're the better team. But that's not what matters when it comes to the postseason, as we've seen time and time again. What matters is who's healthy and who's hot, who's just on fire at the right time. And after last night's game, it's hard to argue that the Yankees aren't that team. It's I'm not going to predict it because for my longtime subscribers, you'll know I am pretty bad at predictions.
So the Yankees are set up right now. I'm very excited, very confident in this team.
The Texas Rangers are American League champions.
The Yankees are looking very good, and I think this is a statement that many can agree with. This team definitely has the capability to make the World Series and win it this year. And yes, I mean that, win it.
Valverde deals, and a swing and a miss. The Detroit Tigers are headed to the American League Championship Series.
That's really all I feel about Robinson Cano, but as I said, he'll probably be back. I still don't think there's a doubt in my mind that he won't. No team has made an offer to him. No team can really afford to give out the contract that he will receive.
We are ecstatic about the signing of Robinson Cano.
But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to predict it also because I think it's hard to predict. I think it can go many different ways. I really think the Yankees can win this series and can win it potentially rather easily because if you go by the stats and the history of the Red Sox and the Yankees and just the Red Sox rotation, their rotation, while it looks good on paper, and it is better than the Yankees on paper, Chris Sale, David Price, and Rick Porcello have not won a postseason game as a starter. That's a big deal. Now, obviously, postseasons, they're small sample sizes, they're random, things can happen, and narratives can be changed. Maybe Chris Sale and David Price and Rick Porcello throw a no-hitter in each of their starts in this series, and that perception of them being poor October performers is gone. But maybe not. Maybe that trend continues. And I think the Yankees have the lineup to get to these guys. They have hit them before. They've hit every single one of these guys, especially Price. But they've hit Chris Sale, and Chris Sale clearly is dealing with some kind of injury that maybe he doesn't want to admit. The Red Sox don't want to admit, but he's not looked great, and he hasn't looked healthy, and his velocity has dipped. And, it's going to be, if the Yankees can hit them, get to them early, get to that bullpen, this could be ugly for the Red Sox. It really could. Because that bullpen is non-existent. Dave Dombrowski, and I love making this comparison because it makes me feel smart, but I think it's also really true. This team that the Red Sox have become, Dave Dombrowski's turned them into his Detroit Tigers. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that to be cute. I mean that almost literally. Because the 2011, 2012, 13, 14 Tigers were great teams. Great teams. They had an awesome lineup. They had an ace in Justin Verlander, and then Max Scherzer kind of emerged as also an ace. And they had Jordan Zimmerman. But they had no bullpen. And they had very few reinforcements in that rotation, where if one of them struggled, it all fell apart. And we saw that happen. The Tigers, yes, they made it to the World Series in 2012. They made it to the ALCS in 2013, but they lost almost every single season because of their bullpen, because of one of their relievers giving up a big hit late in the game or in the middle of the game, and that's what costed them. And Dave Dombrowski has not improved the Red Sox bullpen nearly enough. Craig Kimbrell is their only weapon. And Alex Cora is not, he is treating Kimbrell, he has treated Kimbrell as his closer. He's not an Andrew Miller pitcher. He's a one-inning pitcher who will pitch in the 9th inning or later if they have a lead. And so if the Yankees can get to the Red Sox bullpen early and often, I think the series the Yankees will win this series if that happens. And I give them a good shot of doing that because just we've seen it before, and we've seen the Yankees have success against Sale and have success against Price and Porcello. And not to say the Red Sox haven't had success against J. Happ and Masahiro Tanaka and Luis Severino, and even CC Sabathia if he gets a start in this series, which I'm not sure if he would. The Yankees have the bullpen to keep things under control. CC can Tanaka could get bombed and be out of the game in the 2nd inning after giving up 5 runs, but the bullpen won't give up another run, and the Yankees offense has the power and the ability to get back in those kind of games. So I'm obviously coming at it from a bit of a Yankees perspective. I understand and respect the season the Red Sox have had. They are a good team, and believe me, it won't surprise me in the slightest if they won this series or even swept, because they are that good when everything works perfectly. When Sale has a deep start and they can just give the ball to Kimbrell and, JD Martinez has a home run. But it's like if those 3 things don't all happen on the same night, the Red Sox are in trouble. And they've had a lot of luck this year, and they've had a lot of breaks, and those 3 things have happened a lot. But not recently, and certainly not in the postseason for the Red Sox sake. So I really am intrigued by this series as just a baseball fan. Obviously, as a Yankees fan, I'm rooting for them. I want them to win. I want them to go far in this postseason. I think they have as good a shot as anyone to win the World Series now that they're past this wildcard game. It's just going to be a matter of do they hit enough, and I think they can. I really think they can. I think the Red Sox pitchers are very hittable. Not to say the Yankees aren't, but again, they have that bullpen to go to that can kind of keep things under control. I think that's going to be the deciding factor, is how the bullpens perform. Maybe Matt Barnes, maybe Joe Kelly come out of nowhere and give them the best innings of relief they've ever given the Red Sox. But, after 162 games, we know teams know what they have. And I think the Red Sox know they don't have a good bullpen. And they are very much relying on Price and Sale and Porcello to go deep in these games. And I wouldn't trust Price against the Yankees. Sale has not thrown more than 3 or 4 innings yet since coming off the disabled list, I think. Haven't checked that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So there are a lot of reasons to like the Yankees in this series. There's enough reasons to like the Red Sox as well. They have the 108 wins. They have the home field advantage. They have Mookie Betts. They have JD Martinez. They have the guys in there to do it. But the pressure is on them, and we're going to see if that shows. Maybe it doesn't, and maybe they're good under pressure this season, and maybe Alex Cora is going to be that spark that the Red Sox needed in previous postseasons that they didn't get with John Farrell. But I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. I said I'm not going to predict it, but I just want to be on record. I don't want to be wrong, though. Or do I? I do want to be wrong. So, Red Sox in 5. Let's do that. Let's see if that works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just jinxed the Yankees. I really hope not. But, yeah, I'm excited for this series. I can't wait. It can go either way. I'm hopefully going to be at least one of the games at Fenway. Probably game 1 tomorrow. I'm looking at ticket prices, and I'm just kind of deciding, do I want to go to the game or do I want to eat for the next 3 weeks? So yeah, that's kind of the decision I'm facing. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Twitter at Brian T. Danuff. That is my new Twitter account. My old Twitter account got weirdly suspended for no reason, and Twitter support was not able to. Basically, Twitter support is terrible and non-existent, and I couldn't get my account back, so that's a bummer. So follow me. Bring my follower list back up. I had a pretty nice audience and I lost it, so I'm trying to regain it. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube, obviously. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'm going to hopefully make more videos throughout the postseason and beyond because I miss making YouTube videos and I love talking about the Yankees and baseball in general. And yeah, this is just so special and so cool. And to be in Boston for a Yankees Red Sox postseason series, I couldn't ask for anything more. So that's it, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Let's go Yankees, and hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon about hopefully the Yankees moving on to the ALCS. So yeah, enjoy the series, guys.